MSI AGESA 1.2.0.0a BIOS for AM5 motherboards available, adds curve shaper, EXPO on the fly and OPP support for AMD Ryzen 9000. MSI has started to roll out the AGESA 1.2.0.0a BIOS firmware for its AM5 motherboards, bringing support for new AMD Ryzen 9000 CPU features. Yesterday, we reported that MSI was adding the latest AMD Ryzen 9000 CPU tuning and overclocking features to its AM5 motherboards. Now, the motherboard vendor has started rolling out the latest firmware based on the AMD AGESA 1.2.0.0a release. The new BIOS brings support for 3 brand new features associated with the Ryzen 9000 and 5 desktop CPUs such as Curve Shaper, EXPO OPP and EXPO on the fly modes. Image source, MSI. We went through the MSI AM5 motherboards list and found out that a total of 10 motherboards in the 600 series have received the new beta BIOS, while the rest of the lineup will be getting it soon. Following is the complete list. The first features to talk about for MSI's AM5 motherboards: support for EXPO on the fly mode and OPP optimized platform profile. These two are memory tuning and overclocking features. The EXPO on the fly mode is designed to offer easy overclocking, while optimizer performance profiles work like memory triad, offering users a predefined set of OC profiles based on the memory modules and ICs incorporated within those modules. These memory OC settings can be accessed through the DRAM settings section within the OC panel in the BIOS. With EXPO on the fly enabled in the BIOS, you will be able to tune the memory via its available EXPO profile through the operating system rather than having to go back and forth in the BIOS. It definitely saves a lot of time and effort, giving you faster performance when needed. The OPP feature allows users to get the maximum performance potential of memory modules by granting users DDR5 6000, 1-to-1, support, which is the sweet spot for Ryzen 9000 CPUs. Many OC and EXPO memory kits above DDR5 7000 don't have DDR5 6000, 1-to-1, profiles, and users are left to manually tune their modules. With OPP, this can be achieved faster and more conveniently. Coming to the CPU OC option, we have support for Curve Shaper, which is being introduced as an extension to Curve Optimizer. This setting can be accessed from the OC menu under Curve Optimizer and allows users to selectively add or remove the underlying voltage curves to maximize how they undervolt their CPU. A total of 15 different frequency and temperature bands are available for total adjustments, 3 temperature and 5 frequency. With AMD's Curve Shaper on Ryzen 9000 and 5 desktop CPUs, users will be able to further reduce the voltage from bands that are stable and add voltage to unstable bands. This reshaped curve will apply across all cores and can be shifted by Curve Optimizer. Following are some of the highlights of the overclocking enhancements that are being added to 600 series and 800 series boards for Ryzen 9000 CPUs. MSI, along with other manufacturers who have rolled out AGESA 1.2.0.0a BIOS firmware, should also be adding support for the latest AMD Ryzen 9000 CPU features ahead of launch. This will ensure that users have the latest support ready for when the new CPUs drop on the 31st of July, ensuring the best stability possible. MSI will also launch its 800 series motherboards later in September, and those would feature out-of-the-box support for the latest AMD Ryzen 9000 and 5 desktop CPUs.